Hi friends, it's Trish here from Dish Kitty Studio, and this is my weekly video number 41. I'm starting off here with just a couple of quick Inktober sketches. These are so simple and quick, and I really didn't put a lot of time into either one of these, unfortunately. I did both of these during my lunch. I didn't have a lot of time, and I just wanted to get something done and get it out there. But I guess the whole point of, I know some people do like these really grand and lovely sketches that they spend a lot of time on, but unfortunately I don't have that kind of time. So these are really quick and simple and very literal, but for me the point is just to do them and to share my work. So you can see the diamond with a flare pen, and then I added a little bit of water to give it a wash, and then this one's just a really quick sketch of a knife, and I did add some watercolor with my Daler Rowney Aquafine palette here. Nothing serious, but I've had fun. I've kept up on Inktober for the most part so far, so it is what it is. I'm happy with most of the sketches I've done, so anyway, and here's the finished drawing there. So I was recently asked about creating some prints for an animal rescue charity, so that they could sell them for, as a donation, basically. So I wanted to get a couple of quick things together. They want them pretty quickly. I'd like to get something to them pretty fast. So I just put a little bit of gesso on this paper mixed with water, so it's a light wash. And then these are my Liquitex paint markers. I love these things. They're so great for creating a quick, brightly colored background. I actually have two sets. I have the fluorescence and then the just regular, more muted colors. But they're such great markers. So I'm adding a little bit of watercolor here with my Sakura field sketch box, just to kind of fill in some of the white space and add a little bit more bright color. So you can see I did yellow and blue with the Liquitex acrylic, and now I'm just watercoloring in some bright green and just trying to get a really bright background down, because my idea here, I tried to add a little bit of peach. That was a terrible idea. It kind of got muddy and made a little bit of a gross spot there, but my idea was I wanted a really bright, bold background, and then I was just going to sketch out the animals in just black. So here I'm taking a little bit of fluorescent pink acrylic, just some spatters, and then I am trying to get it to, I made it really thin with water, and I'm just trying to get it to drip, so just to give a little bit more interest to that background. So this pink worked out pretty well and it dripped nicely, but I tried a couple of other colors and for some reason I just can't seem to get it to work. But I was happy with this in the end. I love the way that pink looks. I think it turned out really nice. So here I'm trying to work with green, and for some reason I had a really hard time getting this green to drip the way that the pink did. I'm not sure why. These are just craft acrylics. They're nothing fancy. So I don't know if it was the paint that had anything to do with it, or I didn't add enough water. I'm not really sure, but this pretty boring shot here of the sideways paper. And here I'm trying to do it again with yellow. This is actually a different color. The first one was green, and now I'm trying fluorescent yellow. And I still really struggled. I'm not sure. This background did turn out cool in the end. So I think I'm just drying it here, try to kind of mop up some of the really wet spots so that I can go in and sketch some animals. I think it turned out pretty good, actually. So I flipped it sideways. I've got some just black acrylic paint here, and I add a ton of water to really thin it out so it's even more like an ink consistency. And then I decided I could probably get 2 prints out of this one page. So I just start sketching a quick kitty cat here. I did not really have a big plan. I just kind of let it do its thing and made my kitty cat. I think they turned out pretty cute. I hope that this animal rescue charity is happy with them, and I hope they can manage to sell quite a few of them and make some money to take care of the animals that are in shelters. So you can see it's just a pretty simple cat, but I think because of that really bold background, it just turned out really cute. I'm happy with them. I hope they are too. So that's my first cat. I'm adding a little bit of detail, and then I just start working on another one. And this one's completely different, more of like a kind of like a Siamese type of cat. I wanted them to be different but similar. So I think this bright colored background ties them together, and the fact that they're both just black. So these would be really cute, like if someone bought one of each. I'm going to just do them in 4x6 size, I think, so that they can be used as postcards or be framed as prints. But these would look really cute if you framed the two of them and hung them side by side, or even got a frame that both of them would fit in. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading there, just to give them a little bit more depth. But for the most part, these are done. I did these pretty quickly, and hopefully they can bring in some money for this animal rescue charity. So that's basically it. I think I did end up taking just a pen and going over those lines to brighten them up, darken them up actually, but that's it. So now this is actually this morning. I'm just working on my illustrated journal that I do every day. I do a page every day. I don't necessarily work in the book every day. But I got a gift from a friend and coworker the other day, and it was in this really cute little cellophane bag. So I knew I wanted to use it in my book, so I'm just cutting out a little patch of it here that I can use, just kind of like organizing my stuff and getting things together so that I can work on it. And that was the tissue paper from that same gift. So, and then another little piece of paper that I definitely want to use in my book. So I just keep them all together with the paper clip and all my notes for every day. And then here I am working on whatever day that I'm on. I know I was really behind, so I want to say this is maybe today's Sunday. This was maybe Tuesday's page, maybe even Monday. I'm not sure. But you can see I'm just doing some quick sketches here to kind of represent things that happened to me that day. That is supposed to be a butternut squash, but I think it actually ended up looking like a weird pear. I don't know. It's not great, but again, I don't spend a ton of time working on the sketches for this book. I just kind of, do really quick stuff so that I can get my memories down, and, also it helps me to have time to keep up on this thing. I was really concerned about the size of this book when I started using it. I was worried it was going to be too small. I had a lot of concerns about that, but I gotta say, I love this book. This book I've really enjoyed working in it. Luckily, I have at least 3 more books just like it. I don't think I'll use another one as soon as I finish this one, because this one is not even going to get me through the end of November. So it doesn't have a lot of pages. That's a downside. But I do really enjoy the size. I like the format. It's been a really fun book. I will definitely use the rest of them as daily illustrated journals too. So you can see I just finished that page up. I put the date on, and then off camera, I wrote in my journaling about the day. And now I'm on to another page. So I went out with a girlfriend, and we tried some beers at a new brewery in town. And so you write down the beers you want to try in your flight. And I kept the little piece of paper, and I'm just sticking it in here. I went through my bucket of washi tape and tried to figure out which one I wanted to use. So I stuck that in, and then I just draw in, I just sketch out a little, taster glass of beer here. So this is really typical of what my daily pages look like. I generally don't spend a lot of time on them. It's really more about getting my memories down on the paper, and not so much about making a beautiful, intricate, detailed sketch. There are times when I do spend a lot of time on a page, but for the most part, I just try to get them done pretty quickly. So now I'm just back with my Sakura Koi watercolor palette. I honestly use my Daler Rowney palette a lot more often, but typically when I'm filming, I do it in my art studio, and in my art studio I keep the Securikoi field sketch box. So that's what I use on camera. So that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching and have a fabulous week. I'll see you again soon. Thanks.